It's November! Ew! I can't believe that it's November. I'm a little bit icked, to be honest. I'm a little bit icked out. I don't like the thought of November. That's disgusting. But I hope you're okay. I hope we can get through this trauma together. We're good. It's November. Let's just let that sink in. So the first of the month has arrived, and that means it is Pan That Palette time. I've been working on this palette all year since January 1st, and I am wearing it on my eyes today. Now you may be thinking, that doesn't look very that's taupe, but don't worry, all will be explained very, very soon. If you don't know what a Pan That palette is, basically you try and get as close to finishing an eyeshadow palette in, it's normally a year, but it can be any amount of time as possible. Now, I knew pretty much from the get-go that I probably wouldn't be able to finish this palette completely. Colourpop mattes, especially, are incredibly difficult to finish, and so I kind of accepted defeat from day one. This was more of a how far can I get, and you know what? If you stay to the weights of this video, I've hit an amazing milestone this month, and I'm so unbelievably proud of myself. So today I'm going to be doing before and afters. I'm going to be showing you how it looked last month, how it looks today. I'm going to be going through all the uses and the weights at the end as well, and then talking about some goals that I can hopefully hit for next month as well. But just before we do jump into the video today, guys, if you have not already, definitely like, subscribe, comment, and hype this video. YouTube has introduced a new hype feature, which basically means if you hype the video, YouTube will push it out in the algorithm a little bit more. It will get some new family members here on my channel, and I also have a channel memberships if you are interested. We have an exclusive group chat, exclusive polls, and also exclusive videos every single Monday for Members Monday. If that sounds like a good time to you, definitely stick around, join our little family. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm trying to make this a full-time job, and your support would mean the absolute world to me. I upload every single day, and so hopefully you won't get sick of me. Before I jump into the usage and the progress, I do just want to make a little announcement, a little disclaimer. And now I don't normally let comments get to me. However, last month there was a comment on my channel on this update. All of you guys are always so lovely, but there was just one comment that I did want to just talk about. So the comment was basically saying how I don't have enough use on this palette, how I should just give up. I should just give up project panning because it's boring and it's like not exciting to watch anymore. And obviously all opinions are valid, so like thanks, I guess. But please do remember I've been working on this palette since January, so naturally things are going to start to lull a little bit towards the end of the year. I am getting a little bit of burnout from this palette, not enough to stop completely, but it is definitely starting to take a bit of a toll. I have, like 40 eyeshadow palettes in my collection, and as I'm getting new palettes in PR, as I'm growing my channel, I am going to start using different palettes, and my focus is going to shift a little bit. Also, some of the shades in this palette are blues. Like, blues are really hard to incorporate every day, and even though I love blue eyeshadow, it's still difficult to try and pan blue eyeshadows. So, you know, you don't have to watch this video. Like, if you click out, that's absolutely fine. Like, I'm trying my best. I am doing a lot of other projects as well. So, like, please let's keep it kind in the comments. If you don't want to watch it, you can click out. Everyone else is so lovely. So thank you so much for your support. So this is what the palette looked like last month. You could see we had a lot of progress on this palette. I was working on expanding pans. I was working on possibly hitting pan on the 2 remaining shades. There is only 2 shades left in this palette that I have to hit pan on, and I had very, very recently hit pan on Rock Steady, which is swiftly becoming one of my favourite shades in this palette. And I've just been having a grand old time. This is what the palette looks like today. We've definitely expanded Rock Steady. We've expanded Snake Eyes and Boa for sure. I'm not really sure about the other shades, but I'm just chipping away at them, and I think we've still made good progress. So is there any spectacular, incredible, phenomenal progress visually? Maybe not. Like, I have expanded some pans, but being a project panner, it really makes you appreciate how long it takes to finish makeup. When you purchase a palette, you're not just purchasing a palette for the week, you're purchasing it for years and years and years and years. And even if you use it every single day, like I've been doing with this palette, it's still going to take you such a long time to use up and to finish. And it's a lot. It is a lot. So here we go. I think I've still done pretty well. I think Boa looks amazing. Look at the pan in Boa. I think that has definitely expanded for sure. I think Rocksteady, like, look at that. That's a pretty decent sized pan now. I feel like last month it was a very, very baby pan. I don't think this is baby pan anymore. And the dip surrounding it is pretty huge as well, so that's great. The shade Bedrock, every single month, it's like the most tiny bit of progress, but I do use this every single day in my brows, but because it's such a teeny tiny brush, it's hard to get progress, and I think that's really the overview of this. So I'm going to go through all of my uses. I'm going to tell you guys how many times I've used it, how many times I've used them in total this year. We've got a few really good milestones for that as well, so let's just jump into it. Okay, so the shade Boa I use as a lid setting shade every single time I do my makeup. This shade just sets my eye primer. It makes everything a little bit less tacky. I personally don't like a tacky eye base, but everyone is different in that aspect. I have used this so much. Look at this pan. And you remember when I said in the intro, Colourpop mattes are so difficult to finish. Hitting pan and finishing Colourpop mattes, just like good luck. I've used this 16 times this month for a total of 210 uses this year. What other eyeshadow could you use over 200 times and it's still clinging on for dear life? I don't know. So just for context, 210 times, and we've still not finished this eyeshadow. I use it all the time. I reach for it constantly and it is still not finished. So just, yeah, keep that in mind for like context for how difficult these shades are to finish. I am baffled that this is still here. This was a shade that I was for sure thinking I would finish at the start of the year, but unfortunately it is still here. It is still kicking. I use quite a big fluffy brush as well every single time I use this, so it's not like I'm just chipping away very, very slowly. I'm trying to use a lot of product and I put it everywhere, and still it is, it is not anywhere near being finished. I will say the outside of this product is getting very, very thin, so I don't think there's that much longer to go on here. I say that, it'll probably be like another 6 months or something. For that to be not very long is crazy. But I have toyed with the idea of, at the end of this year, possibly rolling this shade into a rolling project pan to just kind of use it as a lid setting shade to get it done. Because I've got so far with this shade, I think just giving up, like I've got 2 months left, I've got November and December left. I'm gonna expand this pan naturally, but I just don't think I could do it to myself to just then leave it alone. I'll see what next year's pan that palette is. If it has a lid setting shade, I'll work on that, but if I manage to finish that lid setting shade in next year's palette, I do foresee this one coming in and hopefully getting it done that way. I don't know though, you're gonna have to let me know your thoughts on that, but I don't think I could just leave it with the amount of use that I've had on it. Pebble Beach was done ages ago. This only took 51 uses to finish. This was a really, really loose formula, and I don't really know why, because the rest of the palette is ridiculously firmly pressed, but this one just flew by, so hey ho. Next we have the shade Lumi. I've only used this 3 times this month for a total of 50 uses in the project, but still 50 uses for a duochrome iridescent blue shade is great. I'm wearing this on my lids today on top of the other blues in this palette, and I think maybe I've expanded the pan a little bit. I've hit pan in this project and I've just been chipping away at it very, very slowly, and I think I've done really well. Like, the blues in this palette were never meant to be finished goals. The blues in this palette were just to help me and my creativity and to help me, like, use this palette more and to not get bored. I think if this whole palette was just taupes, I'd have got bored of it very, very quickly. But just having this blues in the palette just make me a little bit more excited to use it on a regular basis, even if I am just using these taupes the most of the time. I'm sure you guys will understand that. Like, if a boring neutral palette comes out, you're like, oh, it's a boring neutral palette. But then if a boring neutral palette with a pop of blue comes out, suddenly everyone's more excited about it. And that's the kind of psychology that I'm doing with this. So no, it's not going to be finished. It's going to be nowhere near finished, but I enjoy using it. It's here for the ride. 50 uses I still think is very good. Next we have the shade Slated. I've used this 7 times this month for a total of 60 uses in the project, and there is still no pan. What is going on? I have started to use this quite a lot on the lid, and it creates this really nice sparkly shade. It is definitely part of my like everyday makeup routine, and now that I'm teaching, I am using it a little bit more as well. And I'm just using it. I'm just trying my best to use it as much as possible. I don't even know if this is going to have pan by the end of the year, because even though I've used it 60 times, I mean, just looking at this shade and saying I've used it 60 times is absolutely mental to me, because like, how? It is a very firm shade. It doesn't really budge that much. So I'm hoping and praying that maybe I'll have pan on this by the end of the year, but I really don't think we will. It is such a creamy but firm shade. Is that a bit of an oxymoron? I think maybe, but you know what I mean. I'm trying my best. I really do like the shade. I'm not burnt out with it at all, so we will see. We will see. Next, I have Snake Eyes, and maybe I've expanded the pan a little bit in this, kind of towards the bottom, I think. This is very similar to Boa because the product on the side is very, very thin. And every month I say, oh, I'm going to use Snake Eyes a lot this month. I'm really going to focus on Snake Eyes this month. And every month I just don't really do it. I've used it 7 times this month because I do use these two together. I layer them on top of each other, and that's how I like to use them, for a total of 73 uses in the project. So bear in mind, this shade has 60 uses. This shade only has 13 more shades, and you can see the visual difference. The shade Snake Eyes is more of a typical shimmer formula rather than a kind of dense cream that this one is, so you can definitely tell that the formulas of these shades really do determine how much use and visual progress they show. I'm still liking it, it's fine. I've got this thing in my head though that I really need to focus on it, I really need to work on it, but I think I'll kind of talk about it more at the end. I think I'm just going to chill out a little bit with this project over the next few months. I do have a bit of a game plan in mind, but again, we'll talk about it later. Next, I have the shade Starry Eyes. I am using this all over my eyes today. I've only used this 3 times for a total of 23 uses in the project, but still 23 uses for a blue, and I do have other blue eyeshadows that I use as well. I think it's fine. It's got a pretty decent dip in here, to be honest. Like, you can see that dip. It is nowhere near pan at all. But if I didn't roll this into this project, and if I didn't have this in this palette, I wouldn't have used it at all. So that's 23 more uses than I would have if it wasn't in this project. I think it's a really nice shade. I do like the shade. I like blue eyeshadow. I wear blue eyeshadow a lot. So I am really, really proud of myself. I think that comment that I got last month did like upset me a little bit, because it's like, dude, I've been working on this for so long and I'm trying my best. Like, I'm trying to juggle a lot of different things, and so like 23 uses is still really good, especially when all of these shades have like 60 to 200 uses on them. Just because a few shades aren't as used doesn't mean that it's a complete failure. Like, you know, it got to me a bit. Okay, let's move on to Rocksteady. This is definitely one of my favorite shades in the palette. It is my go-to everyday cool tone shade, and you know what? I thought I'd be able to have this done at the start of the year, but clearly not. It is very, very firmly pressed. I've used this 9 times this month for a total of 87 uses in the project, which again is crazy. 87 times, and we only have a pretty small pan in here, which is just absolutely bonkers. Like, how? I use such a fluffy brush with this shade as well, and I use it all over the lid, all over the crease, on the lower lash line, like absolutely everywhere, and still it's barely used. Well, it's not barely used. It's got a pan in it, but like, you'd think it would look a little bit more used than it does, but no. This is what it looks like. This palette has been like extreme hard mode, I think, this year. And I've definitely learned that if I'm gonna pan a Colourpop palette again, lower your expectations quite a lot. Next, I have Bedrock, which is my brow shade. Are you ready for this use? I've used this 16 times this month for a total of 225 uses in the project. That is craziness. 225 times I've put this in my brows. I have used this as an eyeshadow as well to deepen out Rocksteady. I've used these two together. I use all of these taupes together, to be honest. But oh my goodness me, yeah, 225 uses. And the pan isn't even half the size of the actual eyeshadow. Like, I know I only use the tiniest brush with this, so the progress isn't going to be crazy. But oh my goodness me, this has taken it out of me a little bit. I'm very lucky that it is just an easy shade to use. I don't have to think about it. I just put it in my brows. It works with my hair. Like, it's a pretty exact match, as you can see, but oh wow. Oh wow. It is a lot of use for not really that much reward. But again, that is the lesson that I have learned. Colourpop mattes are damn near impossible. And finally, I have the shade Clued In. Unfortunately, I've only used this 2 times this month for a total of 22 uses in the project, which again, I think is fine. As I said before, I went on this rant. The blues are here mainly to keep my focus and to keep me engaged rather than to be completely finished. And so I'm at peace with the fact that these blues are ranging from like 20 to 25 uses each. Lumi's 50 uses, so it's only really these two that aren't as used, which I think is really, really good. 2 shades out of 9 being slightly neglected, like that's still really good going. I'm still really proud of myself, and so I'm happy with this. So now I have some really, really exciting news for you guys. I'm so excited. I put this on my scale and I like nearly screamed, I'm not gonna lie. So, excuse me because I have to look at these weights, these numbers. Last month, this weighed 89.41 grams. This month, it weighs 89.29 grams, meaning in the past month, this has lost 0.12 grams, meaning, are you ready? This whole year, this has lost 3.05 grams. We've hit 3 grams! Yes! I'm so excited. Oh. So each of these eyeshadows is 1 gram. So that means that I have completely finished a third of this palette, which is that like crazy, like because I've been working on it all year and I did want to have like most of this palette finished at the start of the year. All of those expectations did go out the window the moment I realised how difficult Colourpop mattes are to finish and to hit pan on. The fact that I've just like done that, like that is so exciting to me. I'm so unbelievably excited about that. And that makes me smile so much. I have used up a third of this palette. That is amazing news. And yes, if it was like an Anastasia palette, or if it was a Beauty Bay palette, or if it was, to be honest, any other palette other than Colourpop, that probably wouldn't sound that impressive. But because it's Colourpop and because they are rocks, I'm really, really proud of myself for hitting and surpassing 3 grams. Like I'm so proud of that progress, and so yeah, I can smile and I'm happy. I'm happy with that. So moving on to like what's next. I've decided I'm going to do all of November like usual. I'm gonna update this in December. On December 1st, I will update this. And then on January 1st, it will be the last update and I will roll in my new Pan That palette, whatever it may be. I think that's how I'm gonna do it. I was originally going to like end it in December on December 1st, but then I'm missing out a whole month of the year. So I think that this is the best way to do it. I'm just gonna wait till January 1st, roll this out, kiss it goodbye, and roll in something else. Now, I did say at the start of this video, I am starting to feel the burnout a little bit in this palette, and 2025 has been the year of no hate panning. So I'm gonna just chill out. I've used this so much, and I've hit a third of it gone, like, which is amazing. I've worked on it so hard. I will probably keep using this for like my everyday work looks. However, if I don't have crazy weight loss, or if I don't have like a new pan, a new empty, a new this, that, and the other, it's fine. Like, it's okay. I think I've earned the right to chill out a little bit on this palette. I think I've earned the right to just maybe enjoy other things throughout the end of the year. And I have been pulling other eyeshadow palettes to play with, other neutral palettes especially, because I don't want to punish myself because I want to finish this palette. I want to enjoy my collection. I want to enjoy the things I get sent in PR. I'm so bloody grateful for all the PR that I've got. Like, this year, it really has stepped up a gear, which has put this on a bit of a back foot, but I'm still really happy with the progress. I'm still really, really happy with everything that's going on, and so I'm happy. So yeah, next month, I'm hoping that I'll have really good progress. I mean, I'm still going to use Boa every day. I'm still going to use Bedrock every day. So it's still going to be a great update no matter what happens. But I'm just kind of letting myself chill with this now. And I'm sure most of you will appreciate that it has been a really long journey. I've put so much work into it. And so I think it's a good time to just not stop using it, but maybe just like have a bit of a chill. I've hit that 3 grams, I'm happy, and so yeah, that's my thinking anyway. So there's no like, I want to hit pan on this by next month. There's no solid goals for next month. It's just chill out. Let's just wind down a little bit and let's enjoy other things in my collection while still using this when I can, when I want, and that's my mindset that I'm in right now. So let me know, do you think I'll have any other major updates? Do you think I'll have any major progress by the end of the year? Let me know all your thoughts down below. How are you doing with your Pan That palette? If you're doing one, let me know. I'd love to celebrate in the comments with you guys. Don't forget, I upload every single day with an extra bonus video on Mondays for my channel members. So if you're interested, definitely join our little channel member family. Or if not, if you are not already subscribed, the subscribe button would help me so much. If you do enjoy project panning, get ready with me's, bright, fun, colourful makeup, I'm the girly for you. But this is it. This is where I'm going to love you and leave you. Have an incredible day. And I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.